Assalamu alaikum everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Amongst the Few. This week, I'm your host, Mohammed Hassan, here to tell you that no matter how down you get, don't give up. And remember, you're stronger than you think. When the Prophet ﷺ went on Umrah, it was a huge deal. The Muslims have been away from the people of Mecca for many years, and the Quraysh took this opportunity to spread all these rumors that there was this fever going around in Medina and that all the Muslims were weak and sickly. But when the Prophet ﷺ came with the Muslims, this was the first opportunity for the people of Mecca to see them. And they saw Rasulullah ﷺ walk into the Haram with 2,000 strong and fit men. And the Prophet ﷺ, to show how strong they were, he even ordered them to remove their shoulders from their ihram while they were doing their tawaf, and even ordered the Muslims to even run the first few rounds of the tawaf. This is to show how strong and fit the Muslims were and how the rumors weren't true. What a shock it must have been to see these people who you thought were so weak end up being so strong. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us many different blessings that have strengthened us in many different ways. Islam gives us strength when others are weak. It gives us understanding when others are confused, and it gives us peace of mind when others are troubled. And just like the Quraysh learned on that day, today we need to learn that we are stronger than we think. What we get from Islam is an understanding of our life in relation to the world. There are many different questions that are always on the back of people's mind, and these questions are like some sort of unanswerable riddle. Like, since the beginning of time, man has sought to answer the ultimate questions, never to be definitively answered. Where do we come from? What's the meaning of life? Does God exist? Is there absolute truth? In Surah Al-Dhariyat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." There's your answer, right there. See, it's one phrase. In one phrase, we have the answer to all these questions. Imagine how much strength that gives you as a person, as an individual. If mankind is supposedly looking for the answers to these questions, and you've got them right there. And I think this is something you'd appreciate more if you weren't raised with Islam from a young age and had to revert later on in life. I think it's summed up best by something I heard from Abdul Rahim Green, a great Islamic speaker and du'at, that no matter how bad a Muslim gets, no matter how many sins he commits, how far he strays from the path, he always knows how to get back. He knows how to get back to his Lord, he knows how to get back to the light. Now imagine being in darkness and not knowing where the light is. And more than that, sometimes even doubting that there even is light. This is something that a Muslim never has to deal with. And alhamdulillah, it's one of the blessings of Islam. May Allah guide us on the straight path and help us appreciate the blessings that He's given us. There are times when we feel abandoned and frustrated, and we feel like the world is going to implode on us. Depression is more serious than we think. It can cripple a person and take away all the pleasures of this world. Islam, alhamdulillah, helps limit the effects of those negative emotions and stop it from overwhelming us. A great source of emotional strength, and the one we're going to focus on today, is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam himself. In His infinite wisdom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made His Prophet a human being just like us, with strengths and limitations, who feels joys and sorrows, who has highs and lows. When people are facing difficulties, it's comforting to be with people who have been in the same situation as you have. This is why support groups work so well, because these people not only say they understand, they actually know what you've been through and feel what you felt, and together you're a source of strength for each other. The Prophet ﷺ has done so many things in his life, and they're so well documented that we can relate with him on many different levels. At one point in the Prophet ﷺ's life, he experienced so many tragedies that year was called the Year of Sorrow. To list a few things that happened to him, the Prophet ﷺ lost his uncle, who was not only very beloved to him, but it was also his source of protection against all the tribes that wanted to kill the Prophet ﷺ. So now, not only did he lose his uncle, but he lost the protection he had in the city. He lost his beloved wife, Khadija radiallahu anha. And not only was she supporting him, but of the entire ummah, she was the very first person to support him, and he lost her. In the same year, because he had no protection in the city, he went out to the city of Ta'if to see if he can give da'wah to the people there. When he arrived there, not only did the people not listen to him, but they also chased him out of the city. They pelted him, they threw stones at him. And the Prophet ﷺ was left alone, in the middle of the desert, injured. What complete and utter sorrow our Prophet ﷺ must have felt. But then, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him a surah, a story of a prophet just like him. The greatest story ever told. The story of Yusuf alayhi salam, who had gone through extreme difficulties. The beauty of this is that not only can we relate to the events in the life of the Prophet, but If we open the Quran, the same words of wisdom, the same uplifting stories that were revealed to him are available to us. So when I read the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and get that wonderful feeling, I know that the same story inspired my Prophet. And you have to remember, this is not provided for everybody. Not everyone has Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the way we have him. I don't really see Muslims flocking to these inspirational speakers and reading these inspirational books like Chicken Soup for the Whatever Soul, because we've already got our inspirational stories. And we've already got our role models. We have the prophets and the messengers, we have the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, and we hear about them in Jum'ah, in halaqat, we read their seerah, we name our children after them. So we're always reminded of these amazing stories. It really gives us that strong emotional support. May Allah bless the Muslims and increase their emotional strength. To recap, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us many sources of strength. We understand our lives in relation to the world, and we get strong emotional support from our Prophet ﷺ and the companions. So never forget, you're always stronger than you think. So nothing I said today is really that new, but I just wanted to remind myself and my brothers and sisters that we're stronger than we think. If you can think of other ways in which we're stronger than we think, you know where to leave the comments. And I'm looking for like creative and answers and stuff I've never heard before. But before I go, I think we should mix our strength with a little bit of humility and some wisdom. Jazakallah khair for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you for all the fantastic and wonderful comments and all the things that you've shared. Jazakumullah khairan, all of you. Righteous Slave gave up soccer or watching football. And I love what he said. He said 1 week you win and you're happy, next week you lose and you're sad, and it just keeps repeating on and on and on. So he figured, this is not worth my time. Excellent. Halal Meat 92 gave up video games. And everybody knows how much I hate video games. Spend hours upon hours accomplishing nothing. And may Allah assist you in staying away from black ops. And by the way, why does it have to be always the black ops? XXX Lilk gave up haram relationships. That's really something good to give up for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And TV. هي حياتي ودنيتي فيها